Morning, boys and girls. It is Tuesday. It is absolutely throwing it down outside. It's wetter than an otter's pocket in here as well because my roof's leaking. I really need to sort that out in the better weather. Yeah, I think where these roof panels have been used before, the screw holes are open, so I need to go through, seal them. So I think what I need to do is wait till it's dark, which puts a bit of jeopardy in it. But wait till it's dark, have all the lights on in here and then go up on the roof, and then I'll be able to see where all the holes are. So that's what I'll need to do in the summer. I need to have a late one doing that. Right, today, I only had one MOT this morning, so I've been in, quickly done that. Well, I say quickly, done that for an hour, and now I'm here. What I'm going to do, I've just put the Defender outside. I'm going to spin the chassis around so it's 90 degrees to where it is now. And then I can start stripping it down this open space. I was going to pull it outside, bring it back in, move the Range Rover, but no, I'm just going to bring it around 90 degrees. So that's what I'm going to do today. I need to bring the shell down because someone wants some bits off the scuttle panel off the front, so I need to take that off. And then, yeah, we just need to basically get this stripped down. So let's crack on, shall we? I'm just working out bits I need for this build. I need a parts sponsor. This is going to cost lots of money. So if Febby Bilstein, I don't know, Autodoc, Motor Parts Direct, eBay, someone like that wants to sponsor me, that would be fabulous. But yeah, the list of parts is getting longer. I've just been sitting here having a coffee, thinking about what I need and making notes. And there we go. The engine and transmission is all off. It's on a pallet and over there ready to go onto the other chassis. So yeah, the new, the other project chassis. So now we can carry on stripping this. We need to get all the fuel lines off. We need to get the looms off. We need to check the routing to the brake lines because obviously I need to replace all those. And we want to try and get as many clips out of here as possible without breaking. So we're going to clean the area up, cover it in oil, and see whether we can just pop them off. So, yes, time for a cup of tea first, though, I think. That's enough for today. I have got the shocks off. I have got the anti-roll bars off. I've got the Watts linkage off. Obviously, engine gearbox transfer box. Front anti-roll bar. Front shocks. So, yeah. That's enough for today. Obviously, as I say, I'm going to loosen all the axles off. I'll probably take the springs out and just dump it on its bump stops. Loosen all these off. So basically when it's transported to the scrapyard, I can just unbolt or, just undo these ones here. And then it will leave the axles behind and the rest of it can go. So yeah, that's enough for today. I'm going to head home, wash up because I'm covered in crap. And then we will come back in either tomorrow afternoon, depending how many MOTs I've got tomorrow, or maybe it'll be next week. So I'll leave this here for now. And these, just to say, these are the bits that come off. Look, so there's 4 terra firma shocks and the anti-roll bars with the links. The links, I had to cut a couple of them off because they were seized, so they're off. Oh, the exhaust is off as well. That's over there. The cat is over there. It's still got the original cat on, which I believe is quite a good one. So hopefully we'll get some money back on that as well. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let's go home. I think I've got everything off that I want and need. Obviously today, the tank come out, all the fuel lines come off, the springs come off, the height sensors, the brake lines. I've loosened off all 4 trailing arms and put copper slip on the threads so that I can easily undo them again at the scrapyard. Steering box, front suspension. The axle is all undone bar these. I don't want this, I don't think, because it's covered. I don't know, it might come off yet, but it has started falling apart, so I don't suppose it's going to be much cop, but we might still have that. Yeah, the only other thing is a tow bar. But if you look over there, it's been welded on. So what I'll do, I'll get the, oh, and I've tried undoing this bolt on this side and it is seized solid. So I'll need to cut the nut off, but obviously it's probably seized in the chassis, which means the inch or so will be a bit of a pain. So I'm going to undo the back ones and get these arms loose And then, yeah, we'll grind that, we'll cut that, and we'll see if we can get this tow bar off. Although I don't need it, you can see the sticker still on. It's an original Land Rover one, so someone might want it. So yeah, I think this is done now. So when I come back next time, I will put this under the body, drop the body back down on top of it, so that I can then strip the doors of their looms, strip the dash loom, strip out the heater box, get the mirrors off, etc. And then what I'll probably do is put it outside in the barn for a while I build the other one, or sorry, while I start putting the other chassis together, and then I can reference it. So if I need to see where anything goes, I can probably do that. I mean, I've taken photos, I know where most of it goes, so I don't think I really need to, but it'll be sod's law. I don't think there's anything else on here I need. Obviously we've got our tank support, we've already got a tow bar, the axle's obviously all going to come off, the air compressor and stuff's still there, but I'm not going to need that because obviously I'm going to have a Vair one. These clips I tried to save, the first one just snapped straight away, they're so brittle, so I'll just order some. But the fuel line ones come off all right. And yeah, as I say, the axle will come off complete, so there's not really anything else. All I really need to see is where, you know, nuts and bolts go, like these. I'll have these in the other chassis, I'll just have to chase them out. So yeah, that is this stripped, I think now. We are done pretty much, and as I say, next time I come in, I'll swing it back under, we'll drop the body down, and we'll get on with that. So, I'm going home now. Hello, it's another week. This is being tagged on the end of last week's video because there wasn't enough to show you really. But it is Wednesday. I've done one MOT this morning, refused one because it was terrible before it even started. It was a Mark 6 Transit recovery truck. The battery was completely flat. I had to jump start it to even get it in, and as soon as I turned the lights on, it died. And that's without all the rust and the lights that were smashed, the windscreen that was smashed, the dodgy bulbs in it. Anyway, so yeah, so we're here. Today I am going to turn the chassis around, put it back underneath, drop the body down so I can get it off the lift. I'm going to take these wheels off because I'm going to try and sell these, and I'll put those wheels on that, and I'll try and sell these wheels to pay for the refurbishment of the Mondials that are going on the Range Rover, and then I can get some decent tyres on those and put them on the chassis ready. So that's the plan. So we're going to turn this round, drop the body down, get it off the lift. Let's do it. Right, so the chassis is back under the body, and then I lifted the body up, got the wheels over, swapped them all over with these ones. So then what we're going to do now, we can roll the, well, we can get the disco back on the floor and carry on with it, but then these can be sold if need be. Obviously I can just jack it out and put it on axle stands if these sell. I'll list them on eBay. And then once I've stripped the rest of the inside out of this today and tomorrow, then it can go back in the barn and just sit there and be used as a reference point if I need to, like where bolt holes are and things like that. So yeah, so that is done. It's lunchtime now, so I'm gonna have a bit of lunch, and then we'll drop this down. We need to strip the doors out, and obviously need to strip out the interior loom still, so let's crack on with that in a minute. Okay, I've stripped all the doors out of their looms, their latches and their window mechanisms, and obviously the two power fold front mirrors because we want those. And then I just use the Defender to push it over the lump, just so I've got more room around it tomorrow. Obviously I'm then going to come in here and take all this out. Well, not that you can see anything. There we go. We've got all the loom at the front half of the car, and obviously the heater matrix. So that'll all come out tomorrow. And then hopefully we can get this outside and out the way. So I'll come back in the morning. Right, I'm back in the workshop. I have just been and collected some signs I've had made. There we go. So I've had these made. As you can see, one says Green Lane Association and Suffolk Area Representative. And then there's the Search and Rescue one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some number plate mounts on some like exhaust clamps around the tube and put them on there. So when I'm out doing like Green Lane inspections or whatever have you, I can put that on. And then when I'm out doing Search and Rescue, I can put that on. Also, for the back, as a spare wheel cover, if you like, I've had that made. So that can be on the back. So if anyone's up behind me, and it's reversible. So I have that. So what I'm going to probably do is, I can't really show you on here, but what I thought I'd do is on the spare wheel, I would get threaded bar and bolt them to the back of the spare wheel through the holes so they come out, and obviously drill 2 holes in here, put some bolts on to back it against, and then some wing nuts, and then I can just swap them over depending what I'm doing, or just take it off altogether. So that's the plan for that. So yeah, thanks to Auto Innovations in Sudbury for sorting that out for me. Right, so we're now back in. It's a bit later than planned because the Ford Transit that I refused to test yesterday, they brought in, and another guy did it, and it took him a long time. There was a lot of failures on it. But they apparently the reason the engine wouldn't stay running when the lights were on was because all the battery terminals were loose, but obviously that was all under the seat, so he sorted that out, and then yeah. So I'm here a bit later than I should be, but we're going to get cracking. We're going to get that heater matrix out. I need to move this so I've got access, but yeah, we need to get the aircon pipes off first, and then that should be all unbolted, ready to come out. So that's the first job. With that out the way, it just obviously pulled out. I can now start pulling this loom and that through. It obviously goes down to here, over here. We've got the CD changer, the seat looms, etc., and obviously the dash and fuse box. I think I've probably got to pull the column out to get all that clear. So yeah, we'll make a start over this side and see what happens, I think. Right, slowly and steadily, and labelling everything as I've pulled it. It's all come out of this side now. So now we can come across and we'll probably work on this central bit, and then we can go over the other side. So right, I'll get on with that. And there we are, stripped. Throttle pedals out, every bit of loom is out. We are completely stripped bare, and it is down there, all labelled up, ready to compare. Because obviously I'm probably not going to use this loom because I need an auto loom, but I've removed this loom, so I have labelled it all up. I know exactly what's what. I have got an auto loom that come from the car where the engine come from, so it's, I don't know if I can't remember if I labelled it all up properly. So I thought I could lay this out next to the other one and match things up. So yep, so it can go with the other loom in a bit. What I need to do is make some room. I'm gonna sort this all out to get more space. I'll obviously pull all the crap out, try and put the side panels sort of back in whereabouts they need to be, and then start filling it up with all the rubbish, all the scrap, and then it can go next door out the way. Then we can move the 90 over, and then we've got room to work on this. So that's the plan. So first job first, cup of tea. Right, well that was pretty painless. He just put the winch on the back of it and just pulled it out, and then obviously it rested on the front nudge bar down the hill, put some lock on, reversed it round, and then just pushed it straight in. Number plate was already damaged anyway, but yeah. So push me, pull me, help me. Got that out, so now we can tidy up in here. And obviously I've pushed it in forwards in the barn so I can get to the back door, so therefore I can put anything else that's crap in it in situ. So we will start having a tidy up, I think. That's probably the best thing to do before we begin working on that again. Right, it's Friday afternoon. I've got my cleaning station set up. I'm going to start giving some bits a good clean up before they get fitted. So first off, transfer box. I need to clean up the terra firma shocks that are going to go on, or just the rears for the time being. Probably the steering box, some of the steering arms, so I can get all them fitted up. The props, so I can give them a clean and a paint. Just a few odds and sods, so let's get started. There we go. I mean, it's not immaculate, but it's clean. Obviously you can see the serial numbers and everything now, which you couldn't before. So, you know, I'm not looking for perfection. I just want it to be clean when it goes in. So I'm not going to bother painting all this. No one's ever going to see it. I just wanted to make sure it was clean and tidy before I lift it in myself. So yes, this can well, this is done now really. This can go in at some point. So let's start cleaning something else. The props aren't even going to need painting. They've come up really clean. I'm well impressed with that. The shocks down there are done. They've come up nice. I've obviously got to push them bushes out. So the transfer box is done. So I think I'll try these anti-roll bars next and see if they're definitely going to need a clean, a paint, I'm sure, but I'll give them a clean first before I paint them. That's the anti-roll bars cleaned up, the joints cut off them because they were just spinning, and obviously I've cleaned up the brackets, but obviously I need new D-bushes because they're old and worn. Next thing I think will be the steering box. So I'm going to move these wires because, as you can see, where the roof leaks is right on top of that wiring loom, which is what I don't want. So I'll move all that. We will need to lay all this out at some point soon and match it up with the other loom and pull that steering box out and see if I can give that a clean. I can't believe how well the steering box has come up. It's immaculate. Well chuffed with that. I don't know if to put a coat of paint in it or not. I don't think I will. The raw metal look has obviously lasted quite well all this time, so yeah. Right, I don't know, that might be it for today. I'm going to have a quick look before I come back to you. Yeah, I think that's it for today. Well, just to say, I put a cap over the where the pipes go on that as well to stop the crap getting in there. But yeah, that's come up really nice. Transfer box has come up okay. And then obviously everything else come up quite nice as well. So that was worth a couple of hours tinkering. Next week, I don't know what we have, but we'll obviously get the transfer box on, get the props on, paint up the anti-roll bars, maybe get the rear shock sorted. Yeah, it's coming together. I just still need that sponsor for the parts because it's going to get quite expensive. But anyway, that's the nature of the beast. So anyway, I think this will probably be the end because it's been a couple of weeks. So I might film tomorrow. I'm going to look at a car, I think, if the rain does stop. Just a cheapie, just to quickly flip. So if I do, I'll show you that. Otherwise, have a lovely weekend. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you next week.